I think you did a video talking about how Singaporeans need to care more about what colour the HDBs are, right?
Yes! So after I posted that video, I also went to tag the MPs and all that. I actually received back a DM from Mr. Eric Chua. And then they said that, okay, possible, we can have an inclusion of another colour of your choosing. So they will send me the chart and then I can take a look. I'm like, what? So much power!
Riley, HDB,
so much
block colour design, you still feel that crazy anxiety, like I can't do this and
just do it. Just do it. Just do it, and then if it flops, then you move on. And the faster you fail, the quicker you succeed.
What do 15 months of ground-up engagement, a PA Youth Charter, and 127,000 youth voices have in common? They're all part of the FutureYOUth movement by the People's Association Youth Movement, or PAYM. From conversations, listening points, street interviews to digital engagement, PAYM heard from young people across every corner of Singapore on the issues that matter most: mental health, racial and religious harmony, and sustainability and environment. It was a real process with real effort that all led to a real outcome: the Youth Charter. Now, if you want to find out more about this, we recorded an entire episode with Dr. Janil Putucherry, Chairman, Panel of Advisors to PAYM Council, about how this all came together and what it says about where Singapore is headed in the next decade. The link to episode 632 is in the show notes, along with the link to the Youth Charter itself. So please check them out. And now, on to the podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of what, Terrence?
good old humour.
Good old humor, man.
Yeah.
Today is a special episode.
Yes.
And we have a guest who we first met maybe, 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah. And I mean, they've always been in the public eye for many, many years already.
Yeah.
A regular fixture in our media and entertainment scene.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot has happened over the past 10, 11 years, which we will get into. So we would like to say a big hello to Sandra Riley Tang, aka Riley.
Hello!
What's up?
What's up? It's me.
We met you when we were our former self, Ministry of Funny, which we still are, kind of, but we also now have Yala Butt. Same way when we met you, you were Sandra Riley Tang.
Yes.
But then now you are also known as Riley.
That's true.
Yeah. So we have both, like all three of us have changed many ways over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So Riley is, you call it a stage name or pen name? What do you call it?
Yeah, it's my stage name, I guess, like an alter ego. It's funny because now sometimes people are like, I guess my friends tell me, like when they talk to other people, oh, you know, Riley is like, or when they go like, oh, Sandra, and then they're like, who's Sandra? Oh, Riley. Oh, Riley. So it's quite nice to see. I can kind of see who knows me from which like era. Yeah, by what name they refer to me as.
Oh, but do you feel like you want to be known more by one or two or just in different contexts?
Yeah, in different contexts, I think.
I see.
Yeah.
So if we, like during the podcast, if I wanted to ask you a question, should I be like Sandra or Riley?
I think see how you feel.
See how I feel.
Yeah.
If I want the stage answer versus that one.
Yeah, maybe.
But there's no fear of dead naming. Like you don't get offended if someone says
No.
Sandra. Okay.
Not at all. Okay, I mean now honestly I do reserve like Sandra for people who are like close. Close friends or like that know me personally, because at the end of the day I am Sandra. Riley is my stage name. I guess it's really more like an alter ego, and Riley actually means courage, which is also my middle name, except my stage name has 2 R's because just extra like that, you know. So yeah, I'm not really sure why I put myself in this position.
So what exactly led you to come up with like a stage name?
Because Sandra Riley Tang is too long. Can you imagine? Like,
true.
Then if you just cut it short, then it's just
Sandra.
Then Sandra is just
Sandra Riley.
But then you see, then that sounds like Riley is my last name. That makes me sound much more white than I am.
Is Sandra Riley? I mean, like there's Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know,
that's
people
true.
use the name. So Sandra Really Tang, you really felt like, oh, this is too long, or was it?
Does it sound like an artist to you, like a music artist, like a pop star name type? Really?
SRT, Sandra Riley Tang. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe more like.
I mean, because it kind of rolls off the tongue.
I guess. Yeah. But I guess like wow, so long. But then Riley is just like bang. I guess when I came out as a to do my solo debut, I wanted to be like a bang. You know, I wanted to be like different from I guess as part of the Sam Willows, and I just wanted to, whether you like love it or hate it, at least to get like a I just wanted a reaction. I guess that's what art is about, right? So
yeah.
All caps, double R.
Actually, that was a bigger question I had. Why the double R? Because the last time I experienced a double R, I think was when Nelly did Hot in Here, and then there's two R's in there. Yeah. So I was like, is this meant to be Riley, or like what was the double R?
That is a good question. I think at that point it was really just more of branding, because Riley does like a lot, right? And it's a very common first name, maybe even a last name. So and then for SEO reasons as well, that wouldn't be too smart, So
getting the domain name and stuff like that.
But then now I've encountered a problem multiple times, which is RRILEY only looks nice when it's in all caps. But a lot of people like to go big R, small R, then small ILEY, and it looks like trash.
Oh.
And then the problem is, especially like newspapers or whatever, they have publications, I guess, in Singapore. Like I've told them, like, okay, if it comes out as Riley, and it has to be all caps or all small. But they say cannot. Because it's a
grammar.
I don't know, like some sort of a rule thing. But I'm like, but it's a name. But they're like, cannot. So it will appear as big R, small R. I'm like, I don't want to look like R. Riley, But then that's unfortunate. I guess not big enough for me to be like, no, it has to be all caps.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But I mean, even that transition from going from a group to solo artist. Like I can understand why you wanted to come up with a stage name, but how was that whole experience for you? Like did you discover new musical inclinations, or like the approach of being like your album as yourself versus being part of a team?
The first time you move out of your parents' house, and let's say you've got lots of siblings, like when you first move out, you're like, freedom, So that's what it kind of felt like initially. Like, oh, now I don't have to get anybody's, like, yes, we don't have to be democratic about it. But we were always like, make sure all of us agree, So that could be a long, drawn out process every time we make a decision. So going out solo is like, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. So that was fun while it lasted, and then it's like, oh, I gotta do all the work too. Because as a Sam Willows, it was nice because there was 4 of us. Yeah. We can split the load so each of us basically like do a quarter in a way. Like even when you're on stage, how much you're singing. When you do interviews, how much you're talking. Everything's like split up, like the work it's like a group project all the time. Yeah. But then as a solo artist, heads off the solo artists out there who may not have a team, but you do everything. Yeah, so after a while, a bit shy.
But anything you realize from that process about what music means to you, or like your calling almost?
I think I'm destined to work in a group. Even now as a solo artist, like I still work in a group. I still have a huge team behind me whenever I do anything. So I guess I like to bounce off ideas. I have a lot of ideas in my head, but then also execution is a problem. So it's nice to be in a group where people possess different skills, and then we all can like transformers come together and make something happen. Yeah, so but I think it's been really fun. I'm still experimenting, to be honest, of like, I guess after opening for Coldplay, I kind of took a break. I haven't really released any new songs in like years. I'm working on that because I really took a break because I wanted to fall back in love with music again. This is what, 3 years ago, I think, because I was getting really burnt out. I was at one point like, why am I doing this? Like, who cares? Like I was just so drained and exhausted. Like if I had to like churn out an album or whatever, I could. It could just be a thing. Okay, because I can do it. Let me just do it. But I wanted to like mean something. I wanted it to express a part of myself, or like a gift to others or whatever. I just really had to take a step back from music because like I actually hated listening to music as well.
Oh really?
I didn't like listening to music, didn't like watching any sort of music show, any singing competition. Like I was in the headspace of like when I look at these people, I'm like, damn, like, you know, these people are like just up and coming, or they're not even done anything and they're so good. And if I cannot be that good, then maybe I shouldn't do it at all.
Oh.
No.
That was after Coldplay.
No, that was before. So I was struggling with that for a while already.
Okay,
it's like, I guess a bit of imposter syndrome, right? Like, and you just watch all these musical performances of like Ariana Grande, like, you know, Sabrina Carpenter and stuff like that. And you're like, I could never be that good. Then why try?
You're saying that Coldplay concert was kind of almost like a bookmark in your artistic life.
I guess in my brain it was kind of like a swan song. Like it kind of bookended. I have no idea how long it was, but sorry, that's my phone. But it's okay, not important. So in my head I was like, because you know it's crazy because when I had the offer to do Coldplay, it was through DM, by the way. I was like, is this real? Then I told Straits Time, and then it came out as the header.
Yeah.
Singer thought it was a scam. I'm like, great. I just have to watch what I say.
It's an anti-scam message.
Anyway, I was insanely like out of my mind. I'm like, what? Is this real? And it was real. And I actually was thinking, should I do it? Should I say no? And that's crazy, right? Like for that to even cross your mind, like as an artist, like this is so amazing. Like when an insane like opportunity that not everybody has, you know, like comes across once in a lifetime. And I had the audacity to be like, actually, should I do? Because I was scared. And I guess every time I have an opportunity presented to me, I'm scared and anxious. Like, what if I do? What if I flop? You know, what if I don't do well enough? You know, maybe I shouldn't do it. I should just be comfortable. Yeah. So I'm always going through that process of like, no, just do it. I guess that's why Riley means a lot to me, because it means courage. And like, I think a lot of times I need that. I need to like possess or embody that spirit of like being courageous. Like, I mean, people always ask me like, oh, you do so many things, are you not scared? Like, oh, you get to do such a daredevil. I'm like, actually, it turns out I'm really quite the opposite. I'm scared of a lot of things. But I guess one of the quotes that I've learned over the years is like, then just do it scared. Yeah.
And I know you've mentioned, I think on the podcast with Dew, that Riley is almost like this alter ego that the moment you are in Riley mode, you are courageous.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really strange. So whenever I have a gig, right, 2 weeks before that, I am an anxious wreck. Just anxious and just like really like worried. And I'm always asking myself like, why are you anxious? Like, and then I learned that a lot of my anxiety comes from, I guess, me feeling like I'm not prepared. That if I'm unable to do my best, and I never want to not give my best. So like that fear of failing, that fear of disappointing people, that's kind of where it stems from. And then the moment I step on stage, it all goes away. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
But I mean, it's quite interesting to me because I see what, you know, Riley, I watch your music videos and everything. You've definitely, there's a lot of thought, you know, that you put into everything, your backdrops, your outfits and all. It's almost like you prepare a lot, you know, and like you've done your homework. And even your house tour, looking at your house tour, you put so much effort into DIYing so many aspects of your house that I can't imagine normal people doing. So you strike me as the kind of person that is super prepared. Like when you have a gig or something, you think of everything from A to Z and you even prepare everything by hand, you know? So like even with that preparation, you still feel that crazy anxiety, like I can't do this and
It's like, I guess, like I guess it's always wondering like, is it enough? Yeah, like what is enough? Like how much money is it enough for you for you to hustle? Like what is that level of success? What is considered successful? What is so many questions, and it hurts my brain sometimes, you know. But then life is what it is. It's an experiment. Yeah. And just gotta do it. So I always just have to kind of focus and tell myself like, just do it. Just do it. Because I mean, like let's just look back like 5 years ago of the things that we did then. And then things you were anxious about. And you're like, oh, anxious about what? Like, just do it, right? Just do it. And then if it flops, then you move on. And the faster you fail, the quicker you succeed.
And now you're looking back at Coldplay has like, such a highlight of your life, right? So I mean, you opened for 3 nights, right?
Yes, the last 3 nights. Yes,
the last 3 nights. And like, was it the moment you stepped on stage the first time you knew this was of course it was the right decision, or even before that you were already like, okay, this is what I need to do?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that it was the right decision.
Okay,
like, who is stupid enough to say no? You know, it's like an opportunity that people
you never
kill
tell them,
for.
let me check my schedule, get back to you. No.
I'm like, I will pay you to let me do this. And then on the other hand, like, actually, never mind, like, no need. So I've always got these two like thoughts fighting in my head, like, actually, never mind, no need lah. No need, you know. But I'm like, no, we gotta go get it. It's like, let's go get it, you know. Yeah, wait, what was the question again?
I mean, like, okay, you knew that you had to do it, but now looking back, did it kind of like help address, the anxieties or existentialism that you were facing before that?
Yeah, I think it's an ongoing process. I think the thing with anxiety is like, it doesn't go away for good. You can't fix it. But I think it's about understanding what your body or your mind is really trying to tell you. So after that, I really managed to take a break from anything music. So for me, I feel like my source of creativity comes from boredom. So I have potato days, which is basically days where you allow yourself to do absolutely nothing. And you must do nothing. And when I say do nothing, it's like watch TV, like just be a couch potato. Just don't force yourself to be like, I got to be productive, because I feel like in Singapore we all kind of have that.
Yeah,
like
it's very un-Singaporean. Huh?
Yes, it's very. That's why I feel like it's a sin. Like what I'm doing is wrong. But I'm like, no. And I found that when I spend 3 days, okay, also blessed to be able to do 3 days of doing absolutely nothing. But 3 potato days. Suddenly the next day,
recharge.
I am like, I got to do something right now, and I will see something, I get inspired, and I work on it straight away.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like a burst of inspiration comes in. So that's kind of what I did with music. I just kind of cold turkey from it, and then slowly it came back. And then I started like being able to like watch all these shows, and instead of being like, feeling shitty with myself, I'd be like, damn, that's pretty inspirational. What can I learn from that? Like, how can I improve then? Because at the end of the day, it's practice, right? So like if I'm able to put the work in. I mean, okay, like some people are just naturally talented. Go for them. But I'm not one of those people, and I know that. I know that if I want something, I have to work for it. Like I have to train, I have to practice. And that's just what are you willing to struggle for? So I guess now I'm like, I'll say no to a lot of things, setting boundaries and some things that might drain me. But like if it's worth struggling for, then I'm like, fuck yeah. But then if it's not, then no.
Like what would be a thing you would say no to? Like opening for Ed Sheeran or...
Hey, that one? Yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah.
But do you watch videos of that performance for Coldplay, and do you look at it differently? Like, do you critique yourself differently now? Like,
oh my God. I don't know. Okay, do you guys like listen to your own podcast? You watch your own videos. Do you like watching your own videos?
Yes, I do watch our older stuff, and I cringe at certain things we say and all. But I totally get what you say about at a certain point you just don't want to engage with other artists or what in your field as well, because it makes you feel inadequate about a lot of things, right? So I go by avoidance. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean there have definitely been stages in the past where I even had to get off social media.
Yeah, same.
Because you're like, I mean, doesn't help that in our industry, everyone we know, our peers, their lives are online. So even people that I feel I should be happy for, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, and that I totally get what you mean. But going back to watching ourselves, I mean, I would say I don't enjoy it. I also cringe. I mean, even like hearing our own voice, I feel like, fuck, I sound like that. Oh my God. Everyone in their head, they sound different, right? So yeah, I would say, if anything, watching back, there's a bit of nostalgia maybe. Like the kind of videos we used to make last time, we look at it, we're like, wow, we really did that nonsense.
And it worked.
It worked. So there's a very nostalgic feeling about it.
Yeah.
And I would say more or less generally positive. Of course, some, you look back, then hopefully you're in a state where you can be like, okay, I shouldn't have done it that way. Maybe I can do it better.
Yeah.
But are you glad you did it anyway?
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah.
There's that, right? So it's like, it's so like nuanced.
Yeah.
It's not so simple, but Yeah.
But I'm sure
Same.
while performing, you must have been getting like a whole bunch of like plaudits and all. Because I mean, when we saw the clips, and I saw the clips, I'm like, fuck yeah, man, this is putting Singapore on the map.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah, it was damn cool. And like,
It's freaking cool.
like I think your performance is perfect for a big crowd like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was awesome. It was awesome. So I mean, everyone watching, there's definitely a lot of pride, lah.
Yeah.
And I hope you felt that also, lah.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was
Yeah.
it was insane. I think every night I went on stage, it's like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. And like, especially from one of my songs when I was doing Growing Pains and then all the lights came on, it was like a movie. Like legit, like imagine like, I can't think of any movie right now, but it's like the whole stadium just full of lights and everyone just like waving.
And
I'm
singing
like,
to your song.
okay, like maybe not singing. I'm sure most of them don't know my song, but hopefully they went on Spotify to learn it. But or just like vibing, and it's just so crazy as an artist to receive that back. Like, you know, you be vulnerable, and then people are like, we accept your vulnerability and we don't judge you and we accept you and love you, which was mad lah. It was insane, you know. And I didn't even ask them to do it on the night that they did it. It was yeah. I was like, then I cried lah.
Even that moment when you brought on the Sam Willows as well.
Oh
like,
yes, I had to. I mean,
full circle moment, right?
yeah, for sure. Like without a doubt, the moment I got to get outside, I knew I had to get them with me on stage because I wouldn't be where I am without them. You know, and they also love Coldplay, so masa. You know,
I mean that was also nice to see, like, because a lot of people from like our generation, we grew up with the Sam Willows. So seeing that, you're like, oh, you all are still friends.
Yeah.
We are. We are friends.
Actually, that's a big thing because remember that. I mean, we probably, I think we met you during the whole YouTube era when everyone was like YouTubers and all. I mean, there are not many of the original cliques left. You know, a lot of people
I heard
have
the
fallen
YouTubers
apart.
got a lot of tea.
Yeah. So
that could be spilled here.
no, that's why it's amazing to see that. Hey, you guys are still friends and you still can perform together and everything. I think that sends a smile to everyone's hearts.
We are still friends.
Yeah,
we are friends. I don't know why there's a still, which makes it feel kind of like at some point we weren't friends. But I feel like now maybe not so much friends, we're like family, you know, like you just cannot get rid of them.
And I mean that whole experience also, like there's all the things that you taught internally, but did it change the way you see the Singapore music scene as well? In the sense that you were ultimately performing to 60,000 people, a lot of people loved it. Did it make you think like, hey, actually Singaporeans can do this, you know, like majulah Singapura and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever doubted that Singapore could make it. And a lot of Singaporeans have, you know, like in different areas of the arts, maybe not as well celebrated in Singapore. Even in sports, you know, like look at Farhana. She's a weightlifter, right?
Yeah.
But like, how come people like don't like? Why is she not?
19 world records.
It's
like,
mad. She keeps breaking her own records, and it's a world record. It means she's the like number one in the world, and I feel like she's not given enough recognition. You know, like because there's no. Is there no powerlifting in the Olympics? There isn't, right?
There's
powerlifting.
There's weightlifting.
I don't think that's
powerlifting is different.
That's probably why. Like,
there's weightlifting, but I mean, still, it's world conqueror.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, props to her, man. She's such an inspiration.
Yeah,
so, like, yeah. I wish more people knew who she was. Yeah.
But do you ever like, as a part of you, you know, like now that you've done Coldplay, like you talk to people who perform at NDP, you're like, oh, NDP.
No, never.
When you open for Coldplay, then you can talk. No,
never.
I would totally do that if I were you. I would be like fucking flexing LinkedIn posts every month, you know, like just anything to do.
I really wish I milked it more, you know.
You still can. Like Coldplay was in the news recently. You could have been during my time performing for Coldplay. The Kiss Cam.
I met him, you know. I had a conversation with
he's not that kind of person, you know. I know him. You know, I know Chris. I know
first name. I know Chris.
Yeah, because you did meet him, right?
I
did meet the band, right?
No, just Chris.
Oh, just Chris.
Yeah. And then but wonderful. He's like a little fairy in a forest. That's the vibes.
He's just very cheerful all the time, like he's on stage.
He's just like magical. Like he's just in his own little world and he sees the world differently. And you know, he just wants to spread like good vibes too. And like magic and everything he touches is just it's pretty amazing. I mean, but
so
my brain is like, it's hard because it's like multiple thoughts coming and then like
that's what the podcast is for.
Then when it like suddenly stopped, then like all the thoughts just go jam and then I don't know what's happening.
All good.
So I mean,
Just cut
we
it out.
talk about like flexing and everything, but like, is there anything that can top opening for Coldplay
No.
in your own estimation?
No,
Nothing.
not right now.
Not right now.
I mean, can you think of anything?
I mean, Beyonce, if you're opening for Beyonce.
Taylor Swift?
You see, the thing is, I don't think they will ever, even if they come to Singapore, they will not have a local opening act.
actually-
That's a Coldplay thing, man.
That's an interesting thing. Like, so it's not very common at all.
No, not at all.
Mm.
I mean, in my knowledge, over the past few years, right? It's not. It's not for Coldplay to have like,
Local.
and go to every country and have a local act
That
come
is
in.
super cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I will love them forever.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess what would top is like you are performing your own concert to 60,000 people.
Okay, so this is something funny. I guess revisiting this thought, I did think about this. Everyone was like, "Oh, now you're open for Coldplay. It's just going to be up and up from here. You're gonna get big opportunities." And now I'm like, "Hey, actually, hey, you know what? It's so strange. I feel like, I honestly don't know. Maybe my what's that word?
No?
My-
Personality?
No, my priorities.
Right.
I guess have changed over the years. Initially, obviously the first few years, like doing music is like, yeah, let's go get that Grammy. Let's, go tour worldwide and stuff. And then suddenly after like crossing 30, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I actually want, And like, they're like, yeah, next time it'll be your concert with 60,000 people. And I'm like, I don't know if that's what I want. Yeah, it was just strange. I mean, things can change. Perspectives can change.
Yeah.
But right now,
Do you feel there's a lot of pressure? Because if you think about it, people who are in jobs, they change job, they change industry.
yeah.
In fact, they are lauded, like, oh, you made a switch. But if you're on a creative thing, you've been pursuing your passion for a long time, you change. Suddenly it's like, what you change? Do you feel there's a lot of pressure to carry on down the path?
I don't know. Yes, but I don't know if that is a thing that I put on myself or whether it is actually like
from the
public.
people?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
It could be a personal thing in my head. I think that's why I just kind of like, I gotta do this. Otherwise, like, what am I doing? So when I said I wanted to take a break from music, what I really did was took a break from, I guess, trying to channel my creativity through other means. So when I look at music, it's really more like a medium to me. So I do a lot of other things, and I love like working with my hands. I like to make things. I love art. I love like creating things, basically, like fixing things. I don't know, anything. Just making things out of nothing. I love doing that, like DIY stuff, right? So that actually comes more naturally to me than music does. So music is something that I learned how to do. So I wasn't born with like a musical ear or whatever. It was something I learned actually with the Sam Willows. So and then I grew a passion with that, and very, very grateful for where it has brought me today. But then I guess after Coldplay, I wanted to explore other means. I've been through so many options in my head of like, ooh, maybe I could be a painter. Ooh, maybe I could be an artist. Ooh, maybe I could be a gamer. Ooh, I could be a streamer. So many things. I was like, just wanted to explore. So I think I gave and allowed myself to explore. But yeah.
So where's Riley in the musical journey now? Like,
Oh, I'm back.
oh, you're back. Awesome.
Okay, I wouldn't say fully back, but I've really found a really good space for myself. I think mentally, I think that was what I really needed. That step back allowed me to fall back in love with music. And and I can I see music in a much refreshed light. So I'm actually very excited to make more music and do more music things because I think there's still a lot of things I want to say that I haven't said.
And you have some gigs coming up, right?
Yes, I am performing for Majula Nusantara 2025 at this Escape Tent at Sunset. Yeah, it's a festival. SingSong Social will also be there.
Yeah.
Which I'm also part of in the afternoon, and then at night we have 3 acts. Acoustic acts, and I'm one of them, and the other 2, one is from Malaysia, one's from Indonesia, so it's pretty cool.
And when is that happening?
On the 10th of August, 2025.
So in the SG61 year.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's SG60 celebrations.
SG60 celebration,
the whole month.
Correct. Yeah.
But you said music things as well, and I think you alluded to SingSong Social Club as one of them. Like for those who haven't heard already, as far as I understand, it's a it's almost like a religious gathering of people who
Oh
love to
my
sing
God.
together.
No, we're more of a cult. No, I'm just kidding. We're not.
Because the videos, you look at the videos, it's like people.
It is. Okay, it does look right.
Then there's one stage in the middle and everyone's surrounding and walking around like, whoa.
Like singing.
And everyone's singing together, hands in the air and all.
There were times I've seen the video, I'm like, what church is this?
Riley's announcing going into being a pastor.
Yeah, mega church setting up.
Mega
Also thought about that. No, when I was younger,
yeah, SingSong Social, like
Yes.
what exactly it is? Because I think you watch the videos, it looks cool, looks fun, but like people might not exactly know what it is yet.
Yeah, so we're basically like a one-day choir. So shout out to Erica, Nathan, and Ben as well. So it was actually Erica's brainchild, Erica Lee. Used to be part of Band 6.
Yes.
OG, legendary. They were
OG,
such
OG.
a shout out Kevin Lester as well. Yeah, they were really like such an inspiration to even the Sam Willows when we first started in the scene. Okay, so it was Erica's idea to do this because she's seen it done online, like in New York and stuff. And then she hit up Nathan, Ben, and myself and like, hey, I have this idea to do this. Do you want to do it with me? And we were like, of course, for her. And of course, it was a great idea as well to just, bring singing into the community. Because, I mean, we know how music is really special. Music does a lot of things. It's something that we need in our lives, even though I was about to say something.
Even though maybe the society thinks it's not a necessity.
Non-essential.
It's a non-essential.
This, whatever we're doing now is totally non-essential.
That is true, but
Also, okay. You see, there's like a whole nother debate, right? But anyway, supposedly deemed non-essential. But I think it is, and we started, our first session was like 30 people just to test out. It was just like our friends and stuff to test out the idea. So Nathan has been the arranger and he would arrange a piece of music and we come in and we'll all facilitate and teach everyone the different parts and then on the spot. And we basically say you don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be like a professional singer. You can be a bartender as long as you love to sing and you're willing to try it. Then come,
So when you say you teach them, you mean like the intonations and the inflection points and...
The notes, yeah. So we print out scores and then it can be quite intimidating. If you don't like to read Taugeh, it's like, what is this? It's quite stressful. But we also kind of want to break that stigma. Like, I mean, a lot of musicians also cannot read Taugeh,
You call it Taugeh, that's a great name.
Yeah, Taugeh, yeah. I still don't little Taugehes. So to basically read sheet music. But then it's cool because we're exposing maybe even like regular people, to music theory. If they care about it. If they don't, then it doesn't matter. You can just look at it as a visual reference. Oh, the note goes up, I sing up. The note goes down, I sing down. Kind of like that. And then we have the lyrics there as well. So, I just want to kind of break down that wall of like, hey, it's really for everybody to make it really, really accessible. So it all of our sessions have been free. So it's really just come as you are. We just ask that you don't have your phones because we want to keep it a safe space. And it's just been so magical. So the last one we had a special guest facilitator, Shams, from, I think he resides in LA, and he's a Emmy Award winning arranger. Nathan's friend, very, very cool. So he came down, he led and shared with us his arrangement of Coldplay, Yellow. And it was insane. We had 300 people. We had 300 people in the New Borough Factory Hall. And it was incredible. I mean, we've got videos up online already. And it was just like goosebumps. People crying. And I'm like, hey, why are you crying? Don't look at me because I'm going to start crying. But it's because music is vibrations, right? And I really believe that like we're all made of energy and energy is vibrations. So like that can,
So then if someone is like out of sync or out of harmony, do you beat them or do you ask them to get out?
Yeah. We're like, that's not the right note. No, not at all. I mean, surprisingly, I feel like the people that have come, like they're all really good.
So selecting.
Or maybe the people don't sing, they lip sync.
Oh yeah, I guess that's cool too, if they're lost. But I feel like because, let's say if we have one person who really have no clue what's happening and we have 4 people who kind of do, like that one person will feel like, because I'm surrounded by people who kind of do, then I just follow along. So I guess because it's like we function as one. It's not as stressful as like we're not asking people to sing like solos.
One-on-one.
Yeah. I mean, that would be scary, but maybe really fun for some people.
Yeah.
But for you, how does it feel different from like performing in a concert in front of
because it's not performing. It's more like teaching for us.
Teaching, okay.
And I found that I really, really enjoy that. I feel like teaching, helping is probably part of one of my callings in life. Don't really know how that looks like fully fleshed out. But I really, really enjoyed just, even sharing, teaching the parts, sharing little tips I know from, I guess, experience. There's no stress, like no pressure, it's like not performing on stage at all.
And plus, I like the policy of no phones.
I love that. I love that.
That's great. And I mean, it's cool because it's one of those really community-driven, ground-up things.
Yes, absolutely. It's completely organic.
Yeah.
Like from 30 to 300. It's kind of crazy. So we have the most amazing community. Shout out to the SingSong Social Club fam. Yeah, like people are so nice and so helpful. I think maybe because we go there and also because it's free, it's like you want to give back.
Yeah.
Because it's like you come at your own volition. You participate because you want to. You want to give because you want to. So I think we're kind of fostering that, and it's really, really beautiful because people jump in and like people are excited to help, to volunteer and do all this, and we're just doing it for each other. And I guess in that space, we're all just human. And it's like it doesn't matter what you do in the daytime or what your day job is or whatever. We're all just there to
sing,
make music. Yeah.
Was it also part of that healing process for you in terms of coming for music and everything as well?
I feel like I guess I was kind of mostly out of it already when this opportunity came. So it basically cemented, I guess, like this is why I love music. It brings people together.
Yeah.
And like we all love music in some capacity or another. Yeah. Whether you listen or you like to sing or perform or write or just listen to music. But yeah, it just reminded me that I'm just blessed and just grateful that I have this opportunity to do it and I should do more with it. Yeah.
So that means now that Riley is back, which is great to hear. Aside from music, like what other things are you pursuing? Are you going to announce your interior design firm or something like that? Because you built an arch at home.
I did.
What the fuck? You built an arch.
I had help from like ChatGPT.
Yeah, but still, still you built an arch.
And it's pretty good looking arch, I might add.
Yeah, and I mean, architecturally building an arch is pretty hard.
Is it? I feel like it's like, people like to say crafts, but I mean, it's the same. You build small thing, just bigger, using bigger materials and just like more like grown-up materials like concrete and plaster.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that arch is not supporting weight. Like, it is more just like...
yes, it's an aesthetic. I guess it's more of an aesthetic arch.
Yeah.
It's very, very light because I've used insulation foam to create the form and then I coated it with plaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also had help from my friend who's actually a contractor. You're like, okay, you should build it like this so that it'll be stable. So that's why I had confidence to do it. Otherwise, I also sat there for so many days and weeks. I was just staring at it. I'm like, should I do? Should I not do? I don't really know how to do. Then I just went to buy all the materials online, go to the construction shop and just try out. And then halfway, I'm like, what have I done? Like, you're like too far in to go back. But
is it something that like is part of your personality in the sense that anything that you're using or staying at, you need to add your personal style to it?
I think that has been me since I was a kid. I've always liked to be different. Like, I don't like to have the same thing that everybody else has. So if everybody is like, oh, you need to watch this, or you need to buy this, I'm like, nah, I don't want, just out of protest. And then once like it dies down, and then I'll jump on it. Like Game of Thrones, it was huge, right? Like everyone was watching it. I refused to watch it until the very last season came out, and then I binged all 8 seasons of it within a month and a half.
Wow. Just to partake in the all the discussions. But
no, I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that gives you a lot of ownership over the place that you live and all that, right? Which also like curiously, like I think in the last couple of months during the election period as well, there was a bit of buzz also when you came out and I think you did a video talking about how Singaporeans need to care more about what color the HDBs are, right?
Yes.
And I was like, I think we were very thick in the election things. Then suddenly we saw this video and then we're like, huh? how come Riley is suddenly like advocating for colours of HDB, which was a topic we discussed on a podcast as well, right?
Oh, really? You did?
We did,
for the flat in Tiong Bahru, but then your video came up.
My video came out before that.
Yeah, so it came up in our discussion.
It was very timely.
crap.
We were like,
Okay.
is this Sandra Riley 3.0?
Yeah.
Everybody was coming to me. Is this
Yeah.
you? Is this you? The number of people sending me like
What did they think it was? AI or something?
no, as in no, not that video. But when the Tiong Bahru thing came out, they were like, "Oh, congrats, you did this." I'm like, "Not me. That's not where I
Oh,
live."
they thought you were the one who caused the
they
petition. And
yeah,
everything.
like I don't know. Maybe it could have been a catalyst, but great.
because your video came out
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
Then
I
there was that
guess.
whole
I was
news
just like,
thing.
Yeah, I was just.
No, and it came out so close to elections. I thought, oh, she's
I
getting
didn't even
political
know.
now.
Yeah.
The
I didn't
political
know.
willows or something.
Yeah, she's like, I want to design my house. I also want to design my HDB block. Right.
I mean, if you look outside your window, what do you see? Like, it's not like we have like nice views. We see our block or your neighbors, and then
Yeah.
if the wall of the outside is ugly, then you're stuck with that like all the time. And people like I came to a point where I was like, I just install curtains.
But that's the efficiency model, what? We just, like everything looks the same, easier to produce and manufacture.
Okay, you've just said that everything should look the same. Just take a look at our skyline right now. Like, look at all the HDBs around Singapore.
Yeah.
Do they look the same?
A lot of them do.
Like
or like
how?
within a cluster, they look kind of alike.
I feel like they look like similar, but the colors don't match. So that was something else. Because when I
Oh, you mean across HDB estates?
yes, like even side by side, sometimes the colors you're like, oh, and I feel it's like is it an epidemic or is it a epidemic? Pandemic? What's the difference?
I mean, pandemic, I think
Scale,
it's, the scale.
Yeah.
of
Okay,
it.
it's one of those things.
Yeah, one of those
Because
things.
I thought it was just, maybe my area. And then suddenly, when I was very aware of like HDB colours, when I drive around Singapore, I'm like, oh my God, this problem is so much bigger than I anticipated.
That was what led you to make the video?
No, I did the video first.
Yeah.
So I go through, but I mean, it could be an ADHD thing. So like, when I'm very passionate about something, I'm very passionate about it. And I'm like, let's go all the way, like nothing to lose. And then once that like, I don't know what chemical that is in your brain. And when that disappears, I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
So maybe you can walk us through what led to that video. And for people who are not, who maybe have not seen that video, like how would you summarize
Oh
what
my
you were talking about?
God.
And is it reliving some trauma kind of
No,
thing?
it's quite exciting. I guess because of how it turned out. But I'm also happy
Yeah.
because it wasn't like, I didn't get like the article. I don't want like too many people talking about it. Because I really had to like defend myself in like some of the comments. I'm like, it is so stupid. I'm like, but then also not stupid because color may seem very like a very trivial thing.
Yeah.
But if we cannot trust the government with something so small, how do we trust them with something much bigger?
Wow. So, okay, the crux of the video, like, I was like, whoa, you
That's
just
the-
opened up a
That's
whole
the intro to our
chapter.
podcast.
Then I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, I should have said.
The video was kind of talking about that, right?
Yeah.
But like maybe you can give context about what you like discuss in the
Okay,
video.
maybe I'll share like how I ended up with that video.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the problem with me when I tell stories, I have to like tell you all the details because I want you to get a full picture, but this is going to take really long. Let me see what I can filter out of my brain.
Yeah.
So TLDR, they were going to repaint my block. 3 options downstairs, all ugly, maybe except one. I didn't get pulling sheets. Confusion. Don't know how to vote. Hope that my neighbors pick the right color. Choose the wrong color. And I'm like, oh no, that's the worst color. And I was really confused. I'm like, how can? Because didn't get polling sheets. I also wonder like if the polling is even real. So there was a lot of questions. How does it work? Who chose the colors? Who's making these decisions? And then I had the audacity to go and tag PAP, tag the GRCs, then also tag the wrong GRC, tag the MPs and all that, and like asking, like, why is this happening? Because it's like I'm in the Bukit Merah area, and then why is it going to be blue? Bukit Merah should be Merah. So, that was I was very fuel at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then post a few stories, and then suddenly felt like I needed to make a... I was like, oh, I should do this video. Like it is a thing, because we don't talk about it,
Yeah.
And like, I feel like as Singaporeans, we have been so... What is that word?
Conditioned.
Thank you. Conditioned to be like, never mind lah, okay lah, it's okay lah. And then so when I was posting about like showing them the before and after, I was like, oh my God, this, they're repainting and it looks like this, and whatever, this color is terrible. And then people will be like, okay lah, it's okay lah. right? Or like even I started taking photos of other HDB blocks. I'm like, what do you think of this? I'll just, ask me, what do you think of it? And I'm like, okay lor, it's okay lor. Is that what we're okay with? Do we want to settle for like mediocrity? We don't want to, do we want that? Do we want to be like, oh, it's not that nice, but it's okay lor?
Just put curtains.
Yeah, but I mean, we love winning awards and everything, right? Yeah. But you think our HDB design is going to win any awards on a global scale? Not! Because it's not aesthetically pleasing. I feel like, I guess my gripe with it was that like, we deserve better. I felt like we deserve better because public housing is everywhere. Like 70% of Singaporeans live in public housing. This is what we see every day. And the fact is neuroscience. What you see also, influences your mind to what you believe, to what you can achieve, to succeed. Okay, I'm just trying to rhyme there. But so I was like, no, we should care more. And that's why I did that video. It was honestly, it's like a joke, but also not joking. What would you call that?
I think you made a point, which I agree with. Yeah. So that's why when you say it was part joke, I'm like, no, it was maybe
in a manner. Yes.
Yeah, a light-hearted way of tackling a very serious issue. Because
Is it that serious though?
I think so. I feel the same way because I also live in a resale. And comparing resale to the newer BTOs, at least I felt the resale flats have more personality. There's more variety.
You like your colour of your HDB?
My HDB pretty neutral.
Colour? What colour?
I'm also colorblind. So I think it's like beigey with a hint of like pinkish, I think.
I feel like
okay, I look at it, I'm
like
not
you're kind of lucky.
yeah. I look at it, I'm like, I can deal with that. Yeah. Sometimes when I go past flats, I'm like, whoa, that's a bright yellow, Like,
how does it look like to you?
It looks like yellow, but it's like when it comes to like the close colors like beige and salmon and all that, I always get mixed up.
You know what's funny? I don't think we got any beige HDBs.
Don't ever.
I don't think so.
Really?
Pale yellow or something like that. But it looks pleasing to the eye. It looks pleasing to the eye.
To your eye.
To my eye.
That's great. No, happy for you.
No, but even aside from the paint color, just the blocks, there's some variety.
Yeah.
And I think
architecture as well makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what you said about how it influences how you think, the cookie cutter visual aspect of it. Like our skyline for skyscrapers is very interesting. But when it comes to
in the city, yes.
Yeah, in the city, when it comes to like public housing, it also feels like there can be a lot more variety. But right now, I can understand for efficiency, fabricate everything offsite, bring just plop.
But that's okay, let's see. Okay, so I was thinking about it like, oh man, the deep research I went into doing this. Now you can ask me anything about like, I know who decides everything. I know how the process, because for me to not criticize right? To say something about it.
Comment.
I need to comment. I need to know how it works.
Yeah.
So I went to find out how it works. And that on its own was difficult, man. And I found out it's not HDB's fault. HDB has nothing to do with resale flats. After they design it, it's hand over to town council. And then town council either works with like an design house, architects, or the RC, which is the residents committee. So it could be just regular people deciding on the colors. But like, I like this color, this one. Let's put, and then we let the residents vote. Yeah. So I did all that. Okay, sorry, backtrack. So after I posted that video, I also went to tag the MPs and all that. The audacity. I'm like, what have I done? I actually received back a DM from Mr. Eric Chua, who's the MP for Queenstown, SMC. I actually thought that my area was still under Tanjong Pagar. I guess it wasn't anymore.
It was redrawn the boundaries.
I don't know. That's a different video.
Another video is planning.
Like, what? I was like, what? So anyway, so he requested to meet and I did. And from that day, I had like 24 hours or less then to prepare a presentation. Because I feel like I cannot just go there and talk to him. I need to show him something. I need to
you prepared a presentation?
I did.
Wow.
And it was called Make Bukit Merah again. And
with slides and everything.
With slides and everything, which I'm happy to share with everybody.
Actually, you should put that online. Put it online. Put it a Google slide or something.
So it was a very passionate, like, I was just explaining why it should be Merah again, and then I showed, my blog, and then they want to make it blue, then how can you can vote, and I got I showed like, oh, this is what the general public thinks of the colors. I'm like, which is Bukit Merah? This one or this one? And everyone chose, of course, the one that's more red and more maroon, right? And then I was asking about like, is there like a code? You know how like in like Sweden or like some European countries or maybe even some countries, they will have like a code like, okay, you can only paint the outside of your building these colors. You cannot like, anyhow choose. I cannot go crazy or something like that. I was like, do we have this in Singapore? And they were like, yes, we do. So, and then there is actually a town council design guide. No, town design guide, something which is available for anybody. So you can go online and you can look at it. So when I looked at it, like there was no like, is it called congruency? Like it shows these colors, but then you look at the HDBs, they're all like a different color. So then I have a lot of questions, So then I'm like, but that don't make sense, So why do a design guide if we're not going to follow it?
Yeah.
Then I received, the answers and stuff. And then, but basically I realized maybe my area is not considered Bukit Merah. So then Bukit Merah cannot be Merah again. Okay, but to be fair, Bukit Merah Road, where like below the road, it's red. And then a lot of it is like the maroon color. So I guess my estate is just not part of that.
You got the answers you were looking for in that meeting? With
yes and no, but it kind of opened up a, what do you call that? Like
Pandora's box.
Kinda, to be honest. Like I'm just digging this hole bigger on my own. And then so after I finished that, they were very nice. Yeah, they were all very nice.
Yeah.
Met his team and also a representative from town council.
To give you context of the whole ecosystem of HDB painting, or just to answer your questions?
Yeah, to answer my questions and to look at my presentation. And I was very, very grateful that they actually stayed and like...
Did you tell them you had a presentation beforehand?
No. By the way, sir, I have presented a presentation. How long do you have? But they gave me much more time than... they could have.
Yeah.
So, and I was very thankful for that, to just listen lah. I guess maybe nobody has brought it up before. Maybe sometimes people do. I think some people complain like, oh, right outside my wall, I don't like. So then they will come down and repaint and stuff.
I mean, there have been issues in the past where sometimes it's very glaring.
Yes, correct. No, that is one of the main things.
Yeah, and there was that block in Tampines that was painted all red that got repainted because people were...
Very artistic though.
Yeah.
But yes.
But I'm curious because, okay, for me, I thought color, because colors and what you like can be quite subjective.
Yes.
But I think you raised the point about being able to choose your colors as a democratic, almost like a process where you're allowed to vote and everything, right?
Which they do. So there is a voting process.
So
but then that's what happened with the Tiong Bahru where they did not do the voting process. So GG that one,
But there was one for yours. You said you didn't receive any.
Correct. So I guess then there can be improvements in that, because I was like, but I didn't get it. It was supposed to be they said it would be on my door or whatever. I didn't get it. So then I was wondering, like, how many people actually got it? So they did show me the numbers that were private and confidential. That I couldn't take pictures of whatever, of the polls, like the votings and stuff. And it was so close. Like the color I wanted, the green. If they just painted it green, I would not make any noise. But if it ended blue, and it was just by like a few votes, I'm like, oh. But then also, so then I learned how the voting process works. So there needs to be at least 50%, more than 50% of people voting before the vote goes through. So if less, then they'll call for a revote, which I'm like, oh, that's good. At least you kind of like care what people think. But I guess a lot of Singaporeans also don't really care lah. Right? But I'm like, what is this number like? How does it look like? And I just wanted to get more information. So that day when I went home, I took a clipboard, I printed out an Excel sheet, and I went door to door of my block to, is it called canvassing or just like
surveying?
Okay.
Then you give NTUC voucher after they finish it.
You hang your face.
It was so cute. So this podcast is going to be so much longer. This is going to take up the whole damn podcast. So I was like, I was just, I'm going to go. I'm like, no, should I? I was like, maybe I should, because I was telling myself, like, if I don't do it, then how will I know? The only way to know is to go and talk to the neighbors and talk to, like, because if they're telling me the numbers, or all of them don't care, a lot of them didn't vote and stuff like that, because there was only 51 or 52% of people that voted, and like, stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, and they all chose blue, which was very hard for me to wrap my head around, because I was like, why would they choose this color? So I'm like, really? Let's find out. If it's really true, then let me go and find out. So I printed out the sheet. I went straight to my neighbor first. I was like, hello. I know my name and she knows me as well. And I told her, she was like, what were you doing? Because I had my clipboard, everything. Because I was asking her questions like, so do you vote for this? Did you get a voting slip? What color did you vote for? If you had a choice, would you rather this color or whatever? Okay, so I had a whole list of questions. And then she was like, oh, okay. Then come, I come with you. She just left out her door. She closed the gate. And like, come. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I'm going to walk all the way up to the 20 whatever floor and come all the way down, I want to talk to everybody. She was like, yeah, I come with you. Even though you go alone, people think you're crazy or what? I love her so much. So then we went to our first another neighbor. And she's, so my neighbor, I think she's like maybe 50, 60. And then our another day maybe like 70, closer. So this elderly lady and she's so cute. And then we started talking to her first. And then she also joined us on this journey.
Wow.
So we have like 3 generations of women just going door to door, knocking and just like asking people. And I got to meet, I think like 40, 45 units out of 100 and something.
In one night?
In one afternoon. I think I spent at least 3 hours doing it. And we just went door to door from the top, just coming down, asking. So I met a lot of my neighbors. And then what I found out was very interesting. So like a lot of them, because my neighborhood is a lot of elderly. So it's more of a mature estate. And then a lot of them were like, yeah, any color can lah. You like can. You want what color? Okay, I vote. I'm like, okay, vote already. But I just wanted to know whether, and then either that or like they received the thing, never vote because they don't care, right? Or they did vote, but then they say like, oh, I voted for blue because my children like blue, so I vote blue. And I'm like, but then and then some people are like, oh, I voted for blue, but then I don't like this blue that when it came out because sidestep the printing of the
polling slips.
Not the polling slips, the representation of like, okay, this is what's going to be, the proposal. So when the proposal, and because when the paint is being painted downstairs under the void deck, there isn't much natural light. So it's going to look very, very different when it's painted on the outside of a building and when there is like natural sunlight. So I think because of that difference and also the color rendering of the proposal also different, then when people see, they're like, hey, how come it's like this? I mean, then that just goes into like another nuance, like, you have to do more research and like how to present it and stuff. Okay, but anyway, so, and then a lot of people, there was blue, green themed and grey. So a lot of the younger couples all voted for grey because they don't like so many colours. And then surprisingly, so I wanted the green, my neighbour also wanted the green, quite a few people actually really like the green. But then I was like, why wouldn't people like green? And then I met a neighbour who was like, 2 neighbours actually, and they were like, yeah, I don't like the green. I'm like, oh, how come? And then they were like, because see so much trees, green here, green there, and green everywhere, the block also green. I'm like, interesting. A perspective I've never thought about, like, so it was, and then one lady who was very particular about the colour of wall, said she always like to call town council because she lived there for quite a long time already. So we've been through a couple of repainting, and there was one time where it was like a bright colour outside a wall. I think it was red, and then she was on that floor that kena red, right? So then she was like, yeah, then the light will bounce on the outside, come to my house, my whole house pink. I don't want it. Change it back. The inside of my house is sail white. But now it's pink. Yeah, so she was very, which was great. So I learned a lot. And that I was like, okay, let me take in consideration. If I can do anything about it, let me change. I will remember that your floor will not be red. Or like, if I can do something about it. And they're like, yeah, we support you, you go. So it was super cute. Like, I mean, everyone was pretty surprised, like, what's happening? What are you doing? What are you, asking all these questions. Like, yeah, and then, but I was, I felt great after because a lot of them were like, yeah, we support you, go do it. And then of course there are some people like, no lah, cannot change one lah, or bluff one lah.
But when you were doing it, did you have a plan for what you would do with these results or insights?
Nah. No?
I think I know where you're destined to already.
No.
In GE 2023, presenting.
Cannot, you know why?
Your rallies will be the best rallies though.
It got musical act. Dun, 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 dun.
No, honestly, hearing what you're doing, it reminds me of Jeremy Tan. Like what he did at the lifts, the independent candidate. He really went to research how lifts are serviced and everything.
Can I guys look? I got tattoos. I don't like to wear polo t-shirts.
You are the
new generation.
I don't know enough. I'm just like you said. Did I know what I was going to do with the data?
Yeah.
Absolutely no clue. I just had to do it.
You had the gumption to take an initiative.
Walk
the ground.
Because rally the troops. You got 2 of your neighbors to join.
Right. And then I realized there was like There's like 10 other blocks. I'm like, wow, I'm like, whoa, this is kind of hard. But I guess I had enough to know what I needed to do. So anyway, fast forward. After I did that, I had a... Oh, okay. So the biggest win that I got from that conversation was I actually asked, I was like, okay, I don't know if this is possible because I don't really have like a solution per se, but I'm like, can we stop the painting first? Because they started painting the block right opposite my window. I'm like, oh, like it was like, I guess it was the juxtaposition. That's
juxtaposition.
Hard. Okay,
juxtaposition.
that juxtaposition of what it was before that was like made the new color very shocking. It's not so much the color. Okay, also the color, but they're like, because colors got different shades, right? So it's very important because different shades make you feel different things, and different colors make you feel different things. And then choosing one color is really hard. And then they want to choose like multiple colors and try to put them together, which is makes it much, much, much harder, right? So anyway, so I was like, I just said, okay, I don't know what we can do. I mean, I know, thank you for, your service and everything, but is there something that we can do? How can I help? Can we first stop the painting? And he was like, okay, we'll stop the painting. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. They said they'll just finish that block off and then they will pause for the rest while we come up with a solution. So my solution was like, okay, I want to suggest a different color. But they said, cannot, because the paint already procured. Like they bought all the blue paint. I'm like, inside of me was dying because I had something against that blue paint. I was just like, just that particular shade. And then I was like, okay, then can we mix the colors? Perhaps just trying to find, because for me, I always believe like they're also doing their job, like I don't want to come in and like riot or anything. Yeah. It could be fun right now. Okay. Yeah. But I was like, can we come to a compromise? How do we find a solution? For me, it's always how do we find a solution that makes everybody happy, right? So I was like, can we mix? And he said yes. And then the town council guy also said like, okay, we can...
Mix, what do you mean?
Mix the paint so that it becomes a different shade or different color because they already bought the paint.
But they only bought, I thought, one color. They bought multiple.
Okay, so the theme has 4 colors.
Oh,
so there was one very problematic color. And then the rest were more neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the color. I was like, oh, how to fix this color, And then it's not just the color, it's also, I guess, the pattern of how it is on the block that makes it either better or worse, right? So then I said that I could come up with some designs, I could work on it or whatever. And then they said that, okay, possible, we can have an inclusion of another color of your choosing. So they will send me the color chart and then I can take a look. I'm like, wow, so much power.
Riley, HDB,
so much
color designer.
So much responsibility. Suddenly I was like, but at the point, I was like, oh, that's great. I'm ready. Let me do whatever. I'm like, of course, I was going to get paid for this, right? But, because if I want, I had to do that, right? So I waited and then they did send the color sheet. So I got to see the color chart. So now whenever I look at any HDB flat, I know specifically what color they use.
Oh, that's why just so you can tell me there's no beige flats. Hello.
Yeah, correct. There is some brown, but there's no like beige per se. But yeah. So I can see and I can choose. I'm like, oh, they choose this. Then I'm like, why they choose this one? Why not choose this color? So still have some questions that are unanswered. But anyway, well, I don't know how much to say because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, So a part of me is like...
You can always come back in future when you can share more. But I mean, sounds like there's things in the works.
Yes, okay. So, no, because basically I found out who designed.
Yeah.
Like, who gave the proposal of my blog to design. And it was an architecture firm. So then I'm like, oh crap. I thought it was like RC or something so I can go there and like insert myself. Okay, you don't have a designer, let me help. But then it's actually done by like an architecture firm. So then it's...
But are you still going to be having...
I don't know what to do with the information. If anybody knows, I don't know. Because, okay, all I want to do is create change.
But they did say they're open to you designing something.
But that's town council. Yeah, so which I'm very grateful for. So, okay, let's go back to that. So I did work on a design, on a deck, and then I sent it to them. Unfortunately, that one could not because... the one I had a lot of organic lines, and that one will cost a lot more money. And I wanted to do a mural as well on the side of the block, which also costed too much money. So they were like, cannot. And I'm like, okay, then let me come up with a solution. Oh, because I have to keep the same colors, right? So then now in my head, I was like, okay, no choice. I just have to work with what I have. I have to work with these colors. How do I make these colors work? So I tried to, so since my original design cannot because it's too much money, then I was like, because I told them also, I don't want you to like have to spend so much money or whatever, like let's just work within your budget. So I took their proposed design that they were supposed to paint, and then I basically edited it. Or like try to keep my design within those boundaries, keeping in mind the contractors and everything to know that, okay, I don't add like organic lines, no curve, whatever, so it's cheaper. Or like it will stay the same price because they already gotten a quote and that quote was
Approved.
approved, yes, thank you. Yeah, so I did that and yeah, it got approved. So they're going to paint my design.
Oh, so they are going to paint your design?
They are.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I mean...
But you were saying the architectural firm, like, they're no longer in the picture? Or?
No, so they took my design and then they like use it to spread out, to replicate for all the 10 blocks.
Wow.
Holy shit. That is
I'm very
insane.
It is pretty crazy, right? I don't think it's really like...
No, and it's also
until
very
they start painting
inspiring
ideas.
because everybody has faced something in their life. Probably they're like, shit, no choice, I cannot do it. But you literally did something lah.
I did, didn't I?
And all
Kinda
this
crazy.
All this is new, right? You haven't updated.
No, nobody knows.
Everyone about
This is
So
This
new
is
news.
exclusive. Yeah, it's new news. Yeah, and they haven't started painting as of now. But the last I've heard is that they're just gonna go ahead with it, and they're gonna start painting soon. One of the key things in my design was I kept. So you know how so for my block it's like a point block. So it's like it goes like this and then it goes inwards this way. So a lot of the residence windows you can see into each other's blocks.
Okay.
So in the proposed design, not mine, theirs, it was like that crazy bright blue thing, and it was going to be on every level. So some floors will kena, you look outside, it will be blue or like stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't want that. Because my home is like warm theme. I'm like, no, blue outside. So I basically designed most of the colors on the outside. So the reason why they kept this color, from my understanding, is because they wanted to differentiate our estate from the downstairs because it's different, especially for like the elderly or people with dementia. That was the answer I was given. I was like, okay, let's just work with that then. So the part that's facing each other that all of us can see, I made that all white, and then I only brought the colors in on like little accented what's that thing called? The thing that sticks out from the wall. Yeah, so on every floor. Yeah, and then I made it like ombre. So I wanted to, still have color, but not shocking.
What's ombre?
Ombre, so it changes from like light to dark to light. So it like blends in, And I feel like colors are in nature, and I feel like maybe we don't do things that are not found in nature. In a way, you know what I mean? But it can be like all sorts of things. So I was really going back and forth on how I should design it. But keeping in mind my neighbor's suggestion as well. Like the main thing is we don't want colored light to bounce into our houses, and you want to keep it neutral. So I kept the inside neutral for all of us, and then on the outside, then you have a really cool design. So you will see kind of like an abstract like hill, mountain thing with like a yellow sun. Like a little yellow circle, which I think is kind of cute.
Nuts, man.
Yeah. And then I guess they're gonna start.
But where does this fit in the scale of
top Coldplay? It has to top Coldplay.
The stuff you've done the impact you have on the community and the people.
Okay, so then now the part of me when I'm more like I guess introverted, like I'm like, oh man, what if they don't like?
Because do your neighbors know that
they know I'm working on it, but they don't know whether it went through what it is. I did show one of my neighbors. Yeah, she was like, nice, better, much better.
Is it? Are you going to have? Are you going to be credited like this?
Nah, I doubt it. I should have sneaked it into the design, right? And like,
if you look from far, you squint, and then you put that.
One of those, and like Sandra Riley Tang. No, but I'm just happy. I just hope that people like it because I feel like we can decorate our spaces so much more. The crazy dream is to do it for the whole of Singapore. That there is this thought, like a much wider thought. Like, I guess that's all I'm asking for is to just have more thought in the colors of our HDB.
Like if you're flying from the plane, you can see an ombre.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, wow, so nice. Not like, oh, okay lor. We need to be over that.
Shit.
It's okay lor. We need to have what we want or ask for what we want or demand for it because like it's aesthetics.
Yeah.
Like yes, I get it. That colors are very, I guess some people like, some you like, I don't like. Maybe you like blue, I don't like blue. I like green, you don't like green. Fine, that's fair. But the thing that if it's aesthetically pleasing, it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
You can't really fight that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why people study art, people study design. There's something called color theory.
Yeah.
Things that make sense. You don't even realize that it like the colors make or they're complementary this and that, but it makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And you probably won't understand them unless you study it. So how can we possibly leave these important decisions to just like the general population? Like no hate lah, right? But that's why we pay with our tax dollars to professionals like the architects to come up with like good designs, you know, good color palettes and stuff like that, because they're the one that went to school for it. So when I see this around Singapore, I can't help but feel disappointed.
But in
that, like,
in this case, there was the professionals behind it that came up with something aside from the color, but it still didn't meet like the ideal.
I mean, okay, honestly, it's okay lor.
It's okay, lah.
But I guess I just felt like at that point I was like, no,
It can be better.
okay, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, we are Madula Singapura. We need to go forward in terms of like design thinking, in terms of art and community and culture, instead of taking a step back. Like I feel like a lot of our houses and like the architecture, the colors were so much better
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened now, why we have some crazy Rubik's Cube colors outside, like primary colors. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like when you go home and now everything's fluorescent lighting,
Yeah.
like in a lot of places. I know a lot of people have problems with that because they've told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I've seen some people send me like their HDBs and it's crazy colors. Like crazy. When I say crazy, I mean like, okay, let's say like got bright pink. Okay, a lot of like psychiatric looking, like they look like psychiatric hospitals because of like the pink, the specific shade of pink, like this pastel pink or like blue, and then one sunny, one shocking green. Like come in like, why there's so many colors? Yeah, so it's just stuff like that, which I guess I'm very curious and I'm just wondering like, who approved this?
Yeah.
Like, was there thought behind it? And if so, what is that thought? Because I feel like we deserve to know because we are the ones living in it and we are the ones looking at it every day.
So go ahead.
I was going to ask, like, so this whole process, like, what have you learned about managing bureaucracy and all in Singapore? Because I think I'm so glad that there's a happy ending to this story.
Yeah. Because
90% of the time, 99% you read about
Okay,
people
once
like
they pay,
65% voted for this, don't complain. 65% voted for this, don't complain.
Yeah.
But here is like you actually did something when you saw something, then like, and you navigated the bureaucracy. You worked with it, you know, and you did what you needed to do, and now it seems like there's a happy ending. So I think it's quite inspiring. But how do you feel about the bureaucracy yourself?
I guess the way I looked at it was like, we're all people. And like, I guess, okay, like even like HDB is like, somebody made it. Like somebody fixed these lights, somebody painted this wall. So it's all done by people. So in a way, like nothing is inaccessible. Like if you're trying to get something done, you just need to find the right person, kind of like that. So then I was basically trying to, it took me a while before I could do anything because I was trying to find the right people to talk to. I'm like, who? At the beginning, I was like, who? And then even like my audience, we also don't know. We're like, HDB.
Oh, so you tried to crowdsource like
information.
info.
Yeah. And is anyone an architect? Anybody working here? And does anybody know who's this and that? So, and then it was so nice because some people were coming to me and they were giving me information and I would follow those leads. I felt like a investigative journalist, you know, that never wrote an article about it. But I learned so much and it was so much research. I guess what I learned was that if there's a will, there's a way.
I mean, even aside from the bureaucracy, did it fill you with like hope? Or did you even imagine when you made that video that, I'm guessing that it would result in this right?
No, not at all. I mean, okay, also, yes, I mean, I was hoping that like
there'll be some
change, like something but then I guess it was really voted for, so I didn't know what else I could do, you know? Yeah, and then just try it. You don't try, you don't know. You know, you miss all the shots you don't take.
But has it given you kind of renewed motivation to explore doing other things that maybe you thought were impossible?
Yes, actually.
Like what?
The whole of Singapore, the Asia.
So that really is something, because that would be fucking awesome.
Would it not be crazy? Would it not be crazy when you come home? Let me just paint this picture for you. You come home, you're in an airplane, you're touching down to Changi Airport, and you go by and you look at our skyline, you're like,
wow. Epic, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I can't really see it right now, but it's just like everything makes sense. Like it's a visual treat.
Yeah.
You know, and you can be so proud that like, damn, you know, Singapore is so progressive and everything.
I'm down
but
for
we're
that,
also
man.
so aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, like, and other countries be like, wow, so chill. If they can make, okay, tell me, look, will they ever paint Jewel the colors they paint our HDBs? Have you seen condos the same colors as some of our HDBs? So that is what I cannot understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories that is like a class divider. That's I don't know. You know, I mean, I did ask Mr. Eric Trout about it actually. I was like, some people actually told me this. What do you think? Yeah, but he says it's not true lah.
Not true lah.
Yeah, so
No, but that I'm down for that because like I mean now like what I said earlier, the new generation of flats, it feels like it's all for optimum efficiency.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have personality, but I also agree it doesn't have to be that way. Because even if the structures are prefabricated and all, there are little things you can play with.
Exactly.
Or even just having, like, I think it'd be damn cool if every block of estates is designed by someone who lives there.
Yeah, right?
That
Why
would
not?
be damn epic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like, I guess as Singaporeans, we can be more involved.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just, let them do everything, then okay like that. But yeah, I mean, let us be more involved in
man,
where
like,
we live.
If anyone listening wants to help Sandra fulfill
quest.
her dream
This is my side
of
quest.
designing the HDBs of Singapore.
Right, I can only do that in 5 to 7 years' time.
After GE 2030.
That's the next repaint.
Oh, the next repaint.
Oh, I thought after GE.
I thought
it's
sure,
the
she's
R&R.
announcing.
There's something in repaint. Yeah, so
I thought she's announcing a 2030
Yeah,
candidacy
what?
for Queenstown.
Nobody's going to take me seriously.
You literally
Oh my God.
did what a lot of MPs themselves cannot do.
What?
You
Change the colour?
enacted change.
Yeah, from the ground up.
Okay,
From
but also
the
I feel like it's
ground
not
up.
just me, but I'm very thankful for, you know, the people I've come across.
And you're not
Thank you.
taking
Shout out to
credit.
Town
You are
Council.
perfect politician, really.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Eric
went
Chua,
door
for
to
listening
door.
to me. I'm happy to help you in Queenstown SMC.
Because for real, like before we recorded this, we did not know that what the ending of this story was.
Yeah, I
We
mean, they
just-
haven't painted it yet,
Yeah.
but they're in a process of. So when it comes out, then we can be like, they did it. Because, you know, also a part of me is like, oh, but what, they've changed their mind suddenly. Is it, the whole time in the beginning, I was like, is it for real now? Are they just trying to politic me, you know, what, politicking me and just say like, oh, okay, because GE. I guess it's also timing. So a lot of people were telling me like, it was just good timing because it was right before the GE, which I had no idea about.
And the Tiong Bahru incident as well, right?
I guess that happened after I already had the
After,
meetings
okay,
and
yeah,
everything. Yeah, so
No,
I
but
guess
because the
it was
Tiong
good timing.
Bahru incident brought a lot of publicity to the fact that the residents didn't have the choice.
And they care about the color, right?
Yeah, but then you see how much hate that post got. I was like,
Your post?
No, that one.
Oh, that one.
The Tiong Bahru one. Okay, to be fair, like, I guess the color on its own, the purple, in my opinion, it was quite shocking. I was like, whoa, that color. But from far, the wholly repainted one, I thought the architects actually did a good job because it was an ombre, so it was dark inside and then light coming out. So it was actually quite visually pleasing. But I guess if you don't like purple, you're going to hate it a lot. So yeah, hard. It's hard to please everybody.
Yeah, it is. But it feels
why.
like at least there needs to be some thought behind it.
Yes, correct. I feel like there's thought and there's purpose. So if like each estate had like a story behind it, I think that's why the having,
older ones.
like having a story or like why these colors were chosen, then I feel like people will be okay. Whatever the color is. You know what I mean?
Damn cool.
This is such a great National Day story. Like,
No.
you talking about Singaporeans.
I do feel
taking
proud being
control.
Singaporean.
Yeah.
Like,
No, like I think we're saying the story of like having impact on your HDB estate is as Singaporean as you can dream of.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, I think you NDP 2026 already. You'll be designing the. I mean, I think it's damn cool because whenever you hear people, take a break, they want to recharge, they want to find out what their creative inclinations are. Yeah. You were like, I want to fucking change my flat out exterior.
I'm going to be a colour specialist for all HDB blocks.
Actually, I would love to. But who is going to hire me?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. It all has to start with like just talking about it because I never thought about it that way. Like I think it's good that town councils have some ability to influence the change of their colour. But there's no coordination.
Yeah,
And
correct.
that is the part. But if
That
you
is the
can be the HDB like
but it's also not okay, I guess it is HDB.
or like I mean whoever
Public
the stakeholders
housing.
are, but like there's someone to have oversight.
Director of aesthetics. I kind of like that.
Director
creative director.
Yeah,
creative
sure.
director of HDB. People be like, huh? I got creative director.
But you
at
think about
HDB,
it,
yeah.
like
Town council creative
something
director.
else that we can be proud of that brings people together, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like meeting points. Well, one of the things in my slides was like
Third
we need to
spaces.
have more or even like sculptures like around our neighborhood estates. Because like, you know, iconic things. Or let's meet at the dolphin statue. You know what I mean? Like it's just like easy, or like this mural, then everyone can meet there. And I feel like those things kind of bring people together.
Yeah.
And like you have like conversation points and like, you know, and like just liking where you live is so important. Like I've seen some people send me in Tampines, I guess it was those
The red.
the red one, but they also the blue one. And the blue one is so nice. Like the void deck is so nice. It's like so modern. I feel like yes, cost is one thing, but then like it's also the choices, you can. It doesn't have to be nice. Doesn't equate to expensive.
Yeah.
Like my house, you know, like the things I did in my house is nice, but it wasn't expensive because I did it myself, or like I found a cheaper alternative or something like that.
And I mean, even it would be a way to get residents involved, right? If there was a sculpture that I knew in my estate, you're like, okay, anyone wants to come and help, we will get a team together to build this sculpture and just do saikang. I don't mind doing saikang.
So that's the other thing, right? It's like you don't mind, but most Singaporeans, I feel like
as long as
maybe
a few people don't mind, that's enough. Right?
Yeah, correct. So I think that's why it starts off with even getting even our generation, because we are the change-making generation. I feel like we're at the age where we can make actual change, you know, and we've kind of have enough life experience or to know what we're talking about in that sense. I don't know.
I mean, I echo what Terence said. Like before this podcast, I had no idea it would end up with like us talking about enacting change in policy and all. But that's damn awesome.
Because we need to care. I feel like number one step is to get people to care.
Yeah.
Because all of us have been so conditioned to not care.
Yeah.
Like it's okay lah, never mind. No, we cannot. It's okay, never mind. We must care.
Yeah.
Because we live here. This is our country.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna raise children here. Like what do we want our children to experience here? What kind of upbringing, what kind of life experiences do we want them to have? Yeah, like got all the, of course, the school and stuff like that, but where you live is so important, you know, having those spaces, having like those memories, you know, of you like even having conversations with your neighbors and stuff, just like care a bit more, you know, Singaporeans, let's care a bit more.
Or like iconic parts of HDB, the older flats, you know, there's that concrete table with the concrete stools.
Yes, with the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't think it's a feature in newer BTOs.
It still is. It was
Like
there at the Tampines one,
okay.
And it was very nicely done, actually. That one.
Yeah, so
okay,
those
but I
sort of
don't
things
know.
are-
But
are
I would love to know. I would love to be involved. Like, how can we enact some of have these things that will make actual change,
Like the Dragon
functional?
Playgrounds last time, you know, they were very iconic.
You see,
you know?
so iconic, right?
Yeah.
Like, but what's the next thing? What's the news now? Like,
AI.
like what else are we doing that is iconic? Like, let's do that. Like,
That is cool, man.
yeah, let's do more iconic things
Wow, that's
in
awesome.
HDBs. Like,
So we know
for
that
us, 70%.
Riley is open to become the creative director of
Yes.
HDB
town
or
council planning.
architecture
Yes,
firms
consider
working on
this my
HDB.
official application.
So
No,
on
but
your links, you know, we can point people to your Instagram, TikTok, but also a white paper, your slides.
oh, my slides,
Can you
yes.
please put it online
Yeah,
also?
yeah, put it
People will
somewhere,
love
yeah.
that shit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the problem is now, right? Because after I presented that already, I still stand by it, yes. But then because I've heard from
There's
them,
evolution.
I've heard the feedback, and then I can understand why they're not so keen about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of like got a lot of nuance, and I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus because
But I think in that way also, like, that could be helpful because I think it's very easy to criticize the government, criticize policy,
Yes,
criticize
yes,
actions.
correct. It is
But
easy.
once you understand,
correct.
there might be more reason. So
Yes.
if you wanted to put it outline, I think people will love that shit.
Okay,
We will
yeah,
do our best
maybe.
to spread it because it's awesome, like, and it's a little known facet or aspect of HDB that is rarely talked about. Like.
And you can put that note that you have spoken to people since you
Right,
published
right,
this as
right.
well. And it doesn't reflect the changes. But I think people will appreciate if you
My
show
little
the
PowerPoint
process.
presentation.
Yeah, and the process of how you thought through everything. I think that's very
yeah.
valuable.
I think that's hard. Maybe you guys want to help me do it?
I
A
mean,
little documentary.
I mean, honestly, man, like this has been so enlightening, and I would say inspirational also because it's one of those things that I mean, even when we were covering the Tiong Bahru thing, we talk about it, right?
Yeah.
But you actually made some change, and I hope everyone listening takes something away from it. That if you want to make change, you go door to door, get your neighbors all.
Ken is Ken, right? I think that's the attitude we should have. Ken is Ken.
That is awesome.
I mean, to quote like one of the lines in your songs, we should be thriving, not surviving.
Yes! Isn't that... that was also...
SDP.
SDP, yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, hey, familiar.
No, at first I was like, Terrence, that's a fucking political party's line.
Also a great lyric from one of my songs.
Growing Pains, yes.
Yeah,
definitely
thank
must
you.
check it.
Oh shit, that is awesome.
No, but I do believe that though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So much
if
life.
people wanted to find out more about like the stuff that you do, you pursue, like where should we point people to?
I guess Instagram. Yeah.
Like, and your handle?
At RRILEY.
Okay, and that is Instagram, TikTok.
Yes, also same. I think TikTok it's Riley, but I'm most active on Instagram stories because they're only there for 24 hours, so I feel like not so
stressed out.
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah. And if you do put out your Google Slides or anything, we can edit back retroactively into this episode description.
Oh, interesting. I can send it to you actually.
Oh yeah,
I could.
Can.
Yeah, I mean, I did spend I was on it for hours because I had the meeting right in the morning, so I was working on it all the way till right before I had to go meet him.
God,
bring my laptop and like.
Great, man. That's great.
Yeah. I guess I'm a visual person, but
I feel like the intro that we did for Riley doesn't do justice to what she actually is now.
Yeah, right? She's an activist.
Activist.
She's an activist.
Yeah, wow.
No. What's next? You see, but it's like the ups and downs, right? So you have to catch me at the right when I'm like at my
from Coldplay to activist.
Coldplay.
Interesting.
From Coldplay to activist.
Yeah.
Color specialist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
But cool, that's awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Awesome to
for
have you on.
me.
We have the final question, which is the one Shiok thing. You can have a few minutes to think about it because we'll go first.
Okay.
Terrence, you have your one Shiok thing.
Yeah, I do. Actually, it's kind of there's a CNA documentary that came out recently about the Singaporean people who bring escape rooms to life. So they talk about some of the people who are behind the escape rooms that we see in Singapore. Have you played escape rooms?
I love it.
Yeah. So these are the designers of these escape rooms.
So cool.
The cool thing about it is that they're not, you would imagine that they're like gaming nerds or what. But no, a lot of them, they switched mid-career. Former investment banker, people who work in tech, who just loved designing escape rooms so much that they made it into their life's passion. And just having played a few as a team and everything, we really enjoyed it when we did it. But I did not realize that there was so much passion and really hands-on ingenuity in the design of what we see as like, it's just a small room, right? Yeah, so it's actually quite inspiring. So yeah, this is a CNA little video called Beyond the Puzzles. Meet the people who bring escape rooms to life. Yeah. Okay,
and,
you?
For me, it is because right now, like, I'm looking for songs and stuff to play to my 10-month-old kid that kind of like, it's a nice song, but also got some meaning. So one of my all-time favorite songs is Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen.
How does that go?
You know the song by Bears Lemon?
Sing it. A little bit.
It's like a spoken word. It's like a spoken word.
Do it.
Yeah.
You haven't heard that song?
No.
Yeah,
Try
so, ladies and gentlemen, there's a message to the class of 99 or something. Then he goes on for like 6 minutes talking about like very wholesome advice. It's like, dance, even if nobody's looking, just dance like you care and don't look at beauty magazines. It'll only make you feel ugly. So there's a very nice melody to it. And like I'm playing it to my kid now. And interestingly enough, it's a version that he did. So he did a spoken word with music, but it's actually based on an actual essay written in 1997 by the Chicago Tribune, by Mary Schmitz for the Chicago Tribune, and it was titled Advice Like Youth Probably Just Wasted on the Young. So why I like it is because you listen to it, it's a very simple language. It's not overly preachy. It's quite funny, but the spoken word version of the song is really nice. And I think it's one of those that whenever you listen to it, it fills you with a bit of hope.
It was a big hit back in the late 90s.
Yeah. And at first I thought he wrote it, but it is almost word for word that speech, which was written as a commencement speech. I think it was wrongly spread as a commencement speech for a class at MIT, but no, it is this article. And yeah, it's very wholesome.
I love wholesome things.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like the advice is you hear it. Like, there's one like get to know your parents. They're the only connection between you and your past. You hear it and it's very nicely worded. And he turned it into a song. Yeah, so it's great.
Cool. Okay, I need to check this out.
Yeah. All right.
Curious.
Over to you, Sandra.
Oh, well, I guess on the same, while we're on HDBs, if you're curious, you can find the town design guides online. I guess you guys will have the link. I think it's just for fun. It's quite short. To go and see your own estate, to see the colours that have been recommended and see whether your estate looks like that.
So you can look it up for any estate?
Yes, you can look it up for any estate. But I guess this was before the restructuring of the estates. But yeah, you can still go look at it. And I guess you look at it, and if you like what you see and you don't like what you see outside your window, then maybe just bring it up to your friendly town council representatives.
Or reach out to Sandra Riley Tang.
Actually,
Riley.
Don't. Okay, at one point, there was so many messages coming in. I was like, what have I done? Oh my God, I cannot. Everyone's like, hey, can you judge my HDB? Hey, they're doing this, they're complaining to me. I'm like, I am actually not your MP. I can't do anything about that. But yes, I think, go email.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Oh, you have to email.
I mean, email town council lah. Anything.
Oh, once you see it, then if you're not happy, you email town council.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not happy lah, but
have feedback, constructive feedback.
We love that word.
Constructive feedback.
And you've provided the blueprint of how to do it already lah. So I think people can listen to this and they can do it on their own also lah.
Just know that if you want to make change, you can.
Awesome.
Wow, what a message.
Awesome. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on. Anytime you have future updates on your plans to design Singapore government housing, you will always welcome back.
Please let me. I am happy to do it for Singapore.
Wow.
Awesome. And this will come out before National Day. So it's a perfect fitting message.
Yes, happy birthday. I would love for Singapore to be pretty, Singapore, I just want to make you pretty.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And if anybody wants to help out, you know who to reach out to. But thanks so much for coming on, Riley.
Thanks for having me. This is the first time I'm telling anybody this, so it's not very well constructed. Just coming out of my head.
It was great.
Okay.
It was great. Awesome.
Thanks. It was fun.
And remember, if you're listening, if you enjoyed it, please check all the links out in the show notes. Otherwise, we will talk to you all very soon.